If you are a woman and you love nagging and you're here, listen to me and listen to me good. You are destroying your marriage. If you are a man, and excuse my language, because there are some people who think that it's only women who nag, but there are men too who are nags. If you are a man and you are a nag, and you nag your wife, Bibia say, Wanobeka, Bibia sister, Wanobeka. You are driving your spouse away. You are driving your spouse away. You are driving your spouse into the hands of, I don't want to even mention, into the hands of witches. Why do I say that? As a couple, you should know that your wife is not your child. And though we hear it often that every man is potentially a baby for life and that men act like children, I'm sorry to say that is just, our way of, deceiving women or making women feel like you need to be more patient with men, or you need to understand that, men are fallible and all that. But the truth is, your man is not your child. And say, your wife is not your child. You might have a child that is like 25, 30 years. But even if your wife is 35, or even if your wife is younger than your child, your wife can never ever be your child. Can she? And so stop treating your wife like she's your child. And stop treating your husband like he's your child. One of the things that have destroyed a lot of homes and a lot of marriages is there are certain women who just don't know when to stop. And certain men who just don't know how to stop. They don't know how to let things go. They want to talk about any and everything. Have you seen the dog? And have you seen the kitten, the cats? You realize that the cat is usually very mysterious and I dare say even more devious than the dog. But the dog has already been labeled very bad and very naughty because of how dogs behave, because of the nature of dogs. Dogs are always barking, woo, 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 woo. And the cats, even when they're doing the bad things, even when they are acting, silly, always has the melancholious way of doing things or talking. Meow, meow. And don't chase a cramino, better say or crano. And our crowd, better say cramino. But said ye, or cra ahobra says it's sieno. He usually gets away with so many things, unlike the dog. Sometimes when you keep quiet and you watch your husband for some time or you watch your wife for some time, it doesn't mean you're a fool or you're stupid. Nah. It means that you understand that this game of marriage has certain intricacies that needs diligence and patience and care to approach. You've seen a text message on your husband's phone. You saw your husband talking to someone. your husband left the toilet seats up. Don't nag him. Unim nyansa se osa de no de to. Adana ayesa, adan. Uba if you out to untade egwa, what you say? Sis, you might be right, but how you handle it, how you talk, will turn your right into a wrong. Now the ebem akudifo because of our approach. We start now. We de koka ade na ukuna ye na enye no. Se de obesi aka no. Now wa udi bem no. Wa kudifo. E maybe tia mu dodo. Imu bi no. Bibia ye be hu bia ye beka. And who is this person? Why are you talking to this person? Then. It is good to be jealous. One very easy trait of love can be jealousy, because you don't want anyone around them. You want to have them all to yourself. It's understandable that you're jealous and you don't want any other woman coming around your man. But don't nag him because he's got colleagues at work who are ladies. Don't nag him unnecessarily because he spoke to a lady in church. Why are you talking to her? Why this? Why that? And then when your husband or when you question, why are you doing all these things? It's because me, I'm jealous. I don't want to lose him. No. In as much as you're jealous, learn to control that jealousy. Learn to do things in a way that will cause your husband to think about his actions rather than doing things in a way that will cause your husband to feel insulted by even the care that you're trying to give him. Maybe you want your husband to take a shower so he can go and make sweet, sweet love to you. Your husband doesn't like to shower. Don't nag him. Don't make him feel like you are controlling him. But you know, when he comes back from work, instead of talking about you don't like bathing and stuff, lead him to the bathroom, unbutton him, and take his clothes off. Then get in the shower with him, you know, and take a hot shower, doing what you love to do the most to him. When that thing continues for a while, you see that before he gets into the house, he will already tell you, honey, make a bath, you know, prepare the bathroom for us because I'm on my way. In a very subtle way, you have shown him the way. You have eradicated his desire not to bath. But if you nag him, and I'm pegari, and I say, it will get to a point when he will even close from work and he wouldn't even feel like coming home. Don't nag your husband. And don't nag your wife. Remember, you should nag papa. I, me dear, then we are break. In pibium. And the one on Indiana. At a debene away. Where are you coming from? Who is that friend of yours? I don't want to see them here. You know, talking to your wife in a very disrespectful manner, making her feel like she's your slave, she's your child, instead of being your life partner and your companion for life. Remember that your husband or your wife were individuals on their own. before they came into the union of marriage with you. You have to be patient. You have to be tolerant of one another. You have to sit down and talk about issues if need be. But don't make it an everyday thing. Like, before you got into marriage, your husband didn't used to drink, or didn't used to drink as much as he does now. Pray about it. And then talk to him. And when you talk to him and you point out all the reasons why you think him drinking will not be good for your union or your marriage, please don't make it a point to nag about that thing every day, every minute, every second. And remember that what the enemy wants is to make sure that you get uncomfortable and you make your spouse uncomfortable so they can leave you, so that the marriage will collapse. Uyaba, I know that no true woman wants to go into marriage and divorce the next day. No man wants to marry the woman he loves and be divorced the next day. But nagging is a no-no. Don't nag them. Don't treat them like they are nothing, or you're doing them a favor by being in marriage with them. And do not make them feel, by the way you nag them, like you feel they are your children. And so you can nag them and control them and do whatever it is that you like, whenever you like it to them. That will cause a stubborn man to cheat on you, because he will go out somewhere where a Delilah will pretend like she's the best by being like the kitten, by being like a cat and not nagging him. Then the enemy will tell him, you see that Delilah, you see that lady, she's not like your wife. She cares about you. Meanwhile, she doesn't care. It is you that cares. But you see, the way that you are doing it, the yada, has sent him away into the hands of a woman who will destroy him. Nag no more. Instead of nagging, pray. Instead of nagging, replace nagging with tender, loving sweetness. Instead of nagging, replace nagging with having a conversation with your spouse, talking about things, expressing your grievances in humility and in love. Love wins. The language of love. Love expressed in humility, in kindness, never fails. Stop nagging, dear wife. Stop nagging, dear husband, before you drive your spouse crazy, before you destroy your marriage with all the things you nag about on a daily. And for it to what? What do we have to what? Why you say? Ho. Enough. Let's replace nagging with talking about things and planning on things and listening to one another and praying for one another and nurturing one another and tolerating one another. Let's behave like the cats instead of barking like dogs in our marriages. Sending you loads of love from London. Bye. Pay Angel, Africa's payment experts. Send your money through Pay Angel.